down
a car on overside of
some
the
of these
bar one
places
and two.
around Gippsland area. In fact, in the Far East, we know that 180,000 hectares burned over into the New South Wales border around Eden, and that wasn't even mapped when people were waking up this morning. And that happened overnight.
No, that's the 91. No, that was Lounge Bar 1.
This morning in the early hours,
because I took the cash from Lounge Bar 1. But then, and that's what I meant, but I put it in there on sponsorship and that. I'll write $91. And it was still 140 after that.
Thanks so much.
But then when I was checking the docket, like the main printout,
I
seen on
the RFS
Bistro, it says refund $91.
It's wonderful to see a little bit
So
It's wonderful to see
that's $91 that I've written there. It's not fucking.
a little bit cooler.
And then I thought, well, I have to write it there.
This is a situation
Yeah, it says refund, but on Bistro.
Hours and days, but rather of weeks and months, really. So take a breather, but don't let your guard down because things are,
Well, that's what I mean. But then I thought, well, hang on a sec, but I physically took cash from Lounge Bar 1, so I have to write it with Lounge Bar 1.
Corner of your screen, the New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian will also speak then. So we'll bring you that live when it happens. But let's stay in New South Wales now. There are 2 emergency warnings currently in place in that state as an overnight southerly continues to fan flames. An emergency warning for a fire at Greenwater Creek near Warragamba Dam has been downgraded to a watch and act.
Yeah.
the bigger
we checked his card, remember we checked his card and it wasn't back, because I thought the same thing, I thought, fuck, that's going to go back onto his card system, still have $100 fucking on his card for free.
There are currently 9 fires burning at watch and act level across the state.
Let's go live now to Hamish McDonald, who's in Batemans Bay on the New South Wales south coast. Hamish, good morning to you. The light where you're at still looks very strange. How are things looking this morning?
Obviously,
it's actually pretty cold, I've got to tell you, Joe and Josh, here in Batemans Bay this morning. We've had to put jackets on. That gives you some indication of just how much conditions have changed since yesterday. Number of fires burning in New South Wales right now, as you say, 2 burning at emergency warning level. One is that Moreton fire in the Southern Highlands. The areas that we're being told the RFS is concentrating on right now is the northern Shoalhaven River area.
So this is, this sort of pissed me off a little bit with Bruce.
So that's a bit to the
because I told him the other day, I said, Bruce, can we start getting something in order about, Sunday and Monday? He said, what do you mean? I said, well, you don't do 100 fucking meals for lunch and 170 for dinner again.
At the moment, up towards
Surely
Cambula, which is just south of Merimbula, the south coast of New South Wales.
And that's why yesterday, being a bit of a smart ass, I said, oh, Bruce is probably going to get a phone call.
Eden, unconfirmed by our team there, but certainly some of the local residents.
I was sort of serious.
I said that they felt the ground shaking in and around Eden last night because of the fires moving up from Victoria that Mary Kieran was reporting on just a few moments ago. There's a number of communities lying out in the bushland beyond Eden to the south and to the west that they have particular concern about. Those communities are Kia, Narrabarbara, Toowoomba, Burragate and Womboyne. The ABC's Mel Clark is in Narooma this morning, which is one of the communities that was facing the brunt of these fires yesterday, but has woken up to much better conditions this morning. Good morning to you, Melissa. What are conditions like there right now?
That's just not at the moment, it's fucking all the time.
Well, it's actually quite cool here right now. The air is fairly clear. There are very few small drops of rain falling.
But like last week, it was about Wednesday when we were talking about it.
And it really is in stark
because he didn't know about
contrast to where
something
we
walking
were
out.
last night when
the
sky went dark very prematurely at 6:30 in the evening.
I said to him,
and ash started falling from the sky. There was a lot of concern at that point about what would be the fate of Narooma and the other towns nearby on this section of the coastline. Moruya a bit to the north, Bermagui a bit to the south, how they might fare. But look, what we saw yesterday was winds blowing mostly from the north and northeast, not the northwest. And that's what they were worried about, because what we have is a stretch of coastline with fires to the west, these towns in the middle on the coast, and then the sea. And they were worried that a nor'wester would push the fires easterly towards the coastline and towards Narooma. That didn't happen. So when the southerly change came through, it's pushed the fire up north, but it's really running on parallel on this stretch of the coastline. So Narooma has fared quite well to what they were expecting and what they were forecasting just 24 hours ago.
And can you give us a picture where you are? Because here in Bateman's Bay, there's a sense of being somewhat cut off because the power supplies are down, the highways are cut in both directions. Is it similar there in Narooma?
I think that's right.
I'm not sure if we've still got Melissa Clark.
I know Sarah's a bit tough.
Again,
I know she was telling me, I think she should get rid of morning.
Because of the,
I'm sort of thinking, oh fuck, I don't think so. Not,
Gone.
if it was just because she was pissed off about something,
Sydney at the moment,
but it's because she fucking had a little mini breakdown.
Is expected to be talking soon at the Rural Fire Service headquarters. Obviously, there's a few political discussions going on at the moment about who told the New South Wales government what and when, as far as the federal government is concerned. There are reports emerging this morning that the Rural Fire Service Commissioner, Shane Fitzsimmons, did not know that the federal government was about to announce that the Army Reserve was going to be called up. Of course, that announcement was made yesterday in the midst of this bushfire emergency. The Prime Minister and the Defence Minister announced the deployment of Australian Army Reservists for the first time, as far as we know.
Well, I spoke to her the day after.
Gladys Berejiklian is taking.
I said, oh, you're right, son. And she went, oh, yeah, just had a fucking blowout. So just the way she said it, I thought, ah, she's fine. You know.
Good morning, everybody. As we feared, it was a very long night for many residents across New South Wales. This morning, we still have 2 fires at emergency alert level, and also, very sadly, 1 person lost their life due to a cardiac arrest just outside of Batlow last night, and police have just issued details about that 1 deceased person. And of course,
take a deep breath.
Our hearts, thoughts and minds go to their families during this very difficult time. I do have to say, however, I'm relieved that at this stage, New South Wales does not have anybody that's unaccounted for. That is a huge relief. Our mission yesterday was to save life. Our mission during the night, our absolute preoccupation has been to save human life. And I want to literally thank thousands and thousands of people who left behind their houses, left behind their properties to take safe action. And because of those actions, because of those efforts, we are where we are today. Now, that's not to say we won't get bad news during the day, but indications at this stage are that there aren't any unaccounted people in New South Wales. And that is the best news we could have hoped for this morning. There has been extensive property damage throughout the state, along the south coast and also in the high country, and also in southern New South Wales in those areas which were identified yesterday that were critical. Our RFS and other experts will be going into those areas today to make assessments on property damage, so we'll have a better assessment of the extent of property damage later this afternoon. Can I please ask everybody to adhere to the warnings in the vicinity of those fires? I'm pleased to say that milder weather conditions mean we're not expecting, even though conditions remain volatile, I'm sure Commissioner Fitzsimmons will talk about that level of volatility. We still have 2 fires at emergency level. Notwithstanding that volatility, the milder weather conditions do mean that many communities can breathe a bigger sigh of relief this morning than they would have yesterday. Having said that, our immediate focus today isn't just on containing, controlling and protecting life, it's also to focus on recovery. We know there will be many people displaced, many people without homes, and our attention will be focused on the recovery effort. We already have a recovery coordinator in northern New South Wales, which we established some time ago, and we've since put in place a recovery coordinator for southern New South Wales to ensure that person is the main person in relation to coordinating.
Well, I did say to them, I said, look, I'll tell you right now.
Of course, the RFS HQ here still has embedded in about 30 government agencies, including the contributions from the ADF, whether it's Navy and Army and other support personnel. And of course, we'll continue to rely on all those resources as we continue to fight fires, but also where appropriate, we are now moving into recovery mode to send a strong and clear message to communities that we're with you during the rebuilding process. So for some communities, that rebuilding will start in the next few days. For others, it will take a bit longer. Certainly the message today is the milder conditions mean that for this episode at least, many towns which were under threat, many communities which feared the worst can take a slight breather, but that's not to say we don't have volatile conditions. We do, because there are still 2 fires at emergency alert level at this stage in the morning, which always means anything can happen during the day. But of course, the milder conditions have made it much easier.
Thank you, Premier. As the Premier indicated, we've still got a very busy situation, a very difficult situation across New South Wales, particularly the southeastern quadrant of New South Wales. We've got just under 150 fires still burning. 2 of those are emergency warning alert level, another 9 remain at the watch and act alert level. The 2 at emergency warning alert level is the one down on the southern border region, down just south of Eden, southwest of Eden. That fire's crossed through and burned to the southern side of Eden. Fortunately, it hasn't impacted into the township of Eden, but it is reportedly moving a little further north and towards rural and isolated properties just to the west of Eden. So still pretty active down there, and lots of attention from local firefighters. Lots of the people from Eden were evacuated or chose to relocate further north last night out of harm's way, and they're reassessing it today as to when the passage is clear for people to get back into the community.
Well, I gave 6
We've
of them
also got
away,
this other fire,
and they sat there all night. They were actually last to leave
the fire. The Morton
They
fire
left
is
till
effectively the Currawand fire that has crossed the Shoalhaven and the
Adam
Canterbury
Crossman and that
under a
fucking
very
Georgette,
gusty,
Tommy
aggressive,
Biel's missus.
southerly and southeasterly change last night. We
Rob
saw it
and
cross in a
Rob
number of
will stay all night
locations
if I let him.
and headed towards
They
the
just play
communities,
pool.
particularly Wingelo and Bundanoon, and we've got reports of property impact and property damage.
Yeah, so I think Mick and Adam are best mates.
Wingelo and Bundanoon and parts of the Southern Highlands
Georgette
there.
and Adam,
Still a very active, a very dynamic fire
which
ground,
was gonna,
and lots of work going
it's a
on
little
to
concerning
identify what they can put out and what they can secure, but B, the implementation and the consolidation of containment lines on this fire over the coming days. We are expecting more mild conditions, as the Premier indicated, over this
every
coming
time
week.
something
We're even
happens,
expecting some shower activity, light shower activity down the south coast area, across some of these fire grounds. Certainly not across the high country to any degree, but certainly on the coastal strip, we're expecting to see some reprieve. It'll be a reprieve of sorts. It'll be a psychological reprieve for many, but it's certainly not going to be the sort of relief we're looking for in terms of getting under control all these fires or putting these fires out. We are in reports that the property losses, the damage and destruction is likely to be numbered into the hundreds as a result of yesterday's fire activity and fire spread. We've got a number of teams out in the field already this morning, and we've got a number of helicopters, I think 4 helicopters dedicated to doing some aerial reconnaissance and aerial assessments to try and get stronger indications of what those indicative numbers are in terms of losses. The field teams will go through more forensically and establish what that tally is as we head into the coming days.
Well, you're not going to hire, you're not going to hire a physician that can
impact assessment teams to get in and around all those impacted
No,
communities.
and George
Once
was
again,
telling me that last
can I
night.
just
I
commend
said,
and
George,
praise
you don't
an
really get it.
extraordinary effort of
You know, because we're talking about, see,
firefighters, emergency
Georgette,
services,
I
whether
spoke
they're
to her
paid
for
or
an
of course
hour
whether
with
they're,
Kat
whether they're
about
volunteers.
everything.
The effort yesterday was quite remarkable. It goes down as the second busiest and most challenging day in terms of the number of concurrent fires we had burning at the emergency
I don't know. I said, I know you always get saying
given
I said,
the
what about the
yesterday,
time you fucking
which is
bought a
only
drink, I fuck his
second
head.
to what we saw
And
a
the
couple
young
of months ago, where 17 concurrent fires
he's telling you to get fucked, he's pushing her.
It was an awful
Probably
day
fucking
yesterday.
pushes her.
It was a very difficult day
You know, she's
yesterday,
Mick, I've never
but
punched
their
anyone, I've never done
resolution
this. I'll set that time
to
up,
the
this is
resolve to
that
making a difference
and I'm just
and
like,
partnering
see
with
George,
the
you
local
know,
community
I'm trying
has
to be
yielded
friendly with
dividends
you.
in terms of
And I'm
knowing
trying
accounted for
but this
people
is why,
across these fire
because she's asked for a job fucking two
But I
or three
also
times,
extend
including 2 weeks
praise and
ago.
admiration to
And I
the
said,
community,
you know,
for the
I said,
communities
George,
right
we've
across
got no
these most
problem,
at-risk
you've got no
areas.
problem.
They heeded
But
the
you've
warnings,
got to
they were
understand my
patient, they
point
were
of view.
tolerant, as we
And
cleared
my
the
side
roads
of
and
it,
gained
so,
safe access and
you
safe
have
passage
brought
north
coppers around,
and
you have
south,
had your blue
and to have
time.
tens of
You
thousands of
have
people
bar time if you
out of
come
these
here for
most
6
at-risk
months.
areas made a
So
discernible
you have got
difference
negative
to the survivability of people and the efforts of firefighters
connotations,
getting
whatever the
in
word
there
is,
to save and
about
protect
fucking
as much as we can. The last thing we can afford, though, is for people to become
that's just,
complacent.
you know, I
As
said,
the Premier
Eddie's all my
indicated,
family.
2 emergency warning,
Eddie's already
9
family.
watch and act.
He's
It's
come down too
indicative
much.
of
I said, I
volatile,
understand that.
dynamic,
As a fucking
changing
wife
fire grounds.
and a mother,
People need to
I
remain
understand
alert
your
and
side.
we need to act in
You haven't
accordance with
got too
that
much,
plan
so
or
you
in
fucking
accordance
give
with
it
any
another way.
directions that we give out
But I
today.
said,
because
You
we
know,
will be
it just-
continuing to try and get these fires under control, consolidate and protect as much property as we can. While we've
Yeah,
got
well, I don't
more
know, but she did
conditions,
say that Tommy
we
and he
are
was
expecting
there,
temperatures to
Tommy was
climb
deaf
into the
there
high
the other week. I thought she meant
towards
down
the end of the
Hetties.
week with some increase in
And
winds.
then,
I just don't
yeah,
have
and then she said,
indication
and then,
of
you know, Adam was up for it.
attached
But I
fires
told
at
Adam
this
just
stage,
leave
but
it, don't worry about it, don't
certainly
worry about it, Tommy
not
won't
bears
do
the
nothing.
mind at the end of the week.
And I'm thinking,
as
oh,
is over the
fuck,
coming
you're right.
days.
It's like, because she was with,
Oh, so they are right across a broad area of that fire ground. So right out towards the southern slopes area. Reports are coming in from places like Batlow, Tumbarumba,
he fucking bite glass man and chewed it from
further across towards
That's the
the
sort of
east,
shit that Tommy
across
does.
the high country, a number of different locations through the high country, down on the south coast areas. There was reports. Bendalong, I think it was. There's a number of places along the south coast. So without having the details in front of me, right across various fire grounds, into North Nowra, into Wingelo in the Southern Highlands.
Well, I'll tell you right
there's
now,
a number of areas where we're getting reports of properties. Now, when I say properties, that could be sheds, it could be storage facilities, and of course it could be people's homes. So we are talking a considerable number, a considerable impact right across the enormity of those fire grounds yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes, I can. So yesterday afternoon, early evening, it might have been.
And, you know, you think Sealy and all that.
It was late in the
I'm not saying
afternoon,
they don't
early
like
evening. We
But, you
had
know, they're definitely on
reports
Tommy's
a
side.
fellow had come down from Goulburn
And, no, I could
to
get very over. I know Tommy
in the
has
Batlow area,
driven a
protect
car
their
through
home.
the fucking Burley.
The reports I've received
window
was this
and
fellow
bashed
wasn't
his
feeling
lights.
well. There was a decision to transport
Yeah,
them for
and the
medical
kids, I
attention.
think the kids were there 10
In
minutes
the
earlier.
transport to medical attention,
and drove back.
they've suffered what
And
appears
then
to be
another
a
time,
cardiac
apparently, he
arrest.
chased fucking two blokes.
Police
like
and
a kilometre
RFS
and a half.
personnel rendered first aid,
Bashed the fuck out of
including
him.
defibrillation.
And got locked up
Ambulance
for it.
arrived, but the poor
He's
gentleman
got a
simply
temper on
could
him.
not be saved. And I understand he was a 47-year-old.
Yeah, and I think he's actually, you know, he's not talk, he walks the walk sort of thing. But, you know, even when, because Georgette was with the
Yes,
bike
we actually
with
had
Mark
4
Robbo.
firefighters injured overnight,
Played
so there
for
were
Barney.
2 involved
This is
in
when-
protecting critical
when
infrastructure
Tommy
at the
was
Milton
through
Waterworks.
And it was like, this is only a year and a half
They
ago.
suffered
And
severe
it got to the point
circulation
where we had
and
Paul Pearcey start
exhaustion.
saying, mate, I don't
We
know
had
if this
another
Robbo guy.
firefighter in the Hunter from Cessnock who
Because he
also
was a big
suffered
bloke, like he was fucking
heat
massive, but he
exhaustion,
was one of their
and
better
even
players.
the
I think he was
firefighter
like
would have
contract.
suffered some
He's one
pretty
that
serious
actually played.
burns to his
And for
hands
some
during
reason
the
he
house
started
fire.
fucking hanging out with
Unfortunate to
Georgette.
say, our friends from
And it got pretty
New South
ugly.
Wales
He
ambulance
was
have given
fine,
them the
you
very
know, there
best
was a
care.
couple of
They
threats
have been in
made.
hospital, so hospital staff have also done
Marked
the very best for them overnight, and I can report that they've all been released and are at home this morning, so we're very, very lucky and appreciative about that.
Yeah, so Tommy was like, I'm gonna fucking kill him. And then all of a sudden, well, exactly, and Tommy, like, I've seen Tommy at school, you know, because I picked up my kids, he was picking up his kids.
Let me clarify.
telling me he's
I think
coming.
the help and assistance that
What is
we've
she
had
coming?
with the ADF and the Commonwealth
You know, and even
right throughout
Georgette's
the
brother,
previous months
Marcel,
has been
was
exceptional.
about fucking
All that we've
6'4",
asked for, we've received.
busted bike.
Not only that, the ADF have worked
He
very
was like,
closely
yeah,
with us in a
Tommy,
very
I'm with you.
proactive sense about
So Marcel's
offering
brother was gonna fucking
other
and all this shit.
capabilities,
And
other
then all of a sudden,
solutions
you know,
that we
like I said, we had
they've
him
got. So
come to the
we've
pub
been
that
working
night,
extremely closely
knowing
with
that
the
Georgette
ADF and the
and
Commonwealth
Mark were
over
going to be
recent
there,
months,
Tommy
particularly
came to the
during
pub, right, and
the
I
worst
went
of
and
these
saw him,
conditions,
Tommy,
and the
Yours
partnership and
favourite
the arrangement
fucking
has been better than ever
He goes, no, I'm
before
gonna do that.
in the history of this state that I can recall over my decades. What I
And
commented
then
about
fuck
was
that,
my
Robbo didn't
disappointment
turn up.
with only learning
And
about
Tommy took off,
this
and literally 10
intervention
minutes after Tommy took off,
yesterday
he walked in.
through media
And
reports.
I'm just thinking, oh fuck, we can
and,
get something to
having
hear,
said
like,
that,
fucking
we
thank
spent
fucking
a fair
God.
amount of the day yesterday trying to seek clarity from our Commonwealth liaison personnel that are embedded here in the State Operations Centre, our ADF people that are embedded here in the ADF in the State Operations Centre. It's fair to say they weren't across the details either.
Right.
It was some time yesterday to
No,
understand what the
no,
announcement was,
well, I went to
what it
sing.
meant,
That's
and how was it expected to be
Stand in the
integrated
kitchen.
into
I've got 5% on my phone, so I'm
and
literally
a highly
fucking plugged
effective
into the wall.
a suite of
Stand next to
operations
the sink.
occurring here across New South Wales. We've gone through a lot of that process. Mr. Warboys has dedicated and assigned an assistant commissioner to provide the conduit between New South Wales operations and the Commonwealth, and the focus will be certainly on looking at how we can best utilise whatever the number out of 3,000 turns out to be into helping support particularly recovery efforts and getting to some of our most vulnerable and affected people of New South Wales, help to clean them up,
honestly,
clean up their
with
communities,
Tommy,
clean
I
up their properties,
I
and
get
help
along
to
really
restore
well with
them
Tommy.
back to some
And I think he fucking
functioning
likes me,
capability.
respects me in that, but if he's
I
on a fucking,
was very
if his eyes turn,
public this morning,
I
and
don't know,
no apologies for it.
I'll be
I was
fucking
disappointed and I was
nuts,
frustrated in the middle of what was one of our worst
Yeah,
days
stick.
ever on record, with massive dislocation and movement of people and a focus on really
it's not his brother, but
I've had my conversation with the Prime Minister's office. It was an amicable conversation. They apologise in hindsight for thinking that we could have done better in terms of communicating that. We're all working on this together now to make the best out of this announcement, and we will continue to do that like we have done for months now, in my view, to ensure that our highest priority and focus is on the communities of New South Wales that continue to be so terribly affected by the enormity of this bushfire challenge.
oh, that's.
No, the Prime Minister contacted me directly
So,
shortly before
maybe
details
talk to Adam
were
and
released,
say,
and
look,
I
man,
was
I'll
pleased to
keep
take
you
the
going.
call and welcomed the additional support. And can I place on the record, I want to assure our citizens in New South Wales, I appreciate deeply what our communities are going through. Every time we hear of a life lost, an injury, a property loss, it cuts us deeply. And that is our focus, and this is a time when we all come together and continue to work together.